All right, guys, so I'm gonna bring you something that I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but it is here, it's legal, and it's now around, okay? These are genetically modified substances of the future, and they will eliminate all drugs. They will eliminate the use of Tylenol, ibuprofen, penicillin, everything. What you thought about a pharmacy before, the future is going to change everything, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so what you have to do is you go to this website. It's not the dark web, it's an offshoot from somebody who created the dark web, okay? We'll just call him Mr. X for the story. So you go to the website designed by Mr. X. You know how like you have your iPhone and when you set up Face ID, you gotta like go like that? So that's basically what you gotta do, but you gotta do it with your whole body, okay? So boom, 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 it scans your whole body because when you log into the site, and you're wearing clothes, you're not naked or anything, but you're wearing clothes. So when you go into the site, you basically have to turn around, basically, and it has voice recognition. It does all these things so that the website can know it's you and not somebody else, okay? Once you've created the profile and you are in the website, then, I'm sorry, that's not the profile. Once you create your username, okay, and then you're in the website, that's when you create your profile. Now, your profile is based completely about yourself. You go on FaceTime and you talk with a doctor, and this doctor basically does an entire psychiatric evaluation. He asks where you were born, where you grew up, who your mom is, what nationality your dad is, where your ancestors were from, if you've had any type of trauma, if you've dealt with any types of relationship issues, if you have any diseases. They basically ask you everything down to if you have dry skin, okay? Once you complete the evaluation with the doctor, you then go on to another evaluation with a person called a lobotometrist. We'll say that again, lobotometrist. Once you do, and this is it's a new title for this new wave of genetically modified substances. So once you talk to that doctor, he then puts together an entire genetic sequence. So the way your body is designed, let's say your body is ABCDEFG, he takes that and goes ABCDEFG, ABCDEFG, ABCDEFG. That way you have like 10 or 20 different genetically modified profiles that you can use to modify later on, which we're gonna get to. So then once he's created your genetic sequence, then you go into another room and it's all automated at this point. You're basically just talking to robots. You're done with the human interaction and you're dealing with all robots at this point. And it asks you, when you get depressed, how do you feel? When you're lonely, what do you do? Where is your happy place? What's your favorite animal? And then it's just, basically it's asking you all these questions because it's trying to take data in to process it, to figure out exactly who you are. Once the computer has figured out exactly who you are, it's then going to implant you with Elon Musk's Neuralink chip, okay? Once you have the Neuralink chip has, because the Neuralink is very, very complicated, right? But it also has a red and a black wire, which is just basic negative and positive. So what it does is it uses your heart for energy and then pumps it out through a negative and positive and then puts it out to a USB-C. It'll probably change in the future, but right now it's USB-C. So then it pumps it out to USB-C. So you're generating the own power to power your USB-C, which then gives you the power to give power to other people. So let's say you want to help charge somebody's phone. They can just plug it into your USB. Oh, and the USB travels through your wrist and comes out your finger. So I'm going to use my finger a lot, right? So it's connecting to your finger. You want to give somebody power, you give them your finger, right? So essentially, when you see people holding hands, they're not holding hands, they're powering up. So you can power people up. You guys know what USB-C does, okay? Transfer data, anything. But what it does is when you're transferring data to the brain. Eventually it's going to become to where it's all telepathic, where you don't need any like USB-Cs. But right now, the way they're transferring data from brain to brain is through USB-C. It's because it's at the ground level. So I'm going to get back in. So once the genetic sequence is made and you've got the chip and you've got your USB-C, because you need that to download different types of things, what it does is it asks you, what type of substance do you want? Do you like, how do I rephrase? Okay, so the THC substance, it's going to say, do you like THC? Do you like oxys? Do you like yayo? Do you like X? Do you like tobacco? It's going to ask you all types of things, and it's going to find out what your brain likes. And then you're going to have to place an order, and when you place the order can come in a pill, the order can come in a powder, or it can come in a cartridge, okay? So your order, your order basically comes in whatever form you want it to come in. And let's say you have insomnia. You take the powder and your insomnia will go away. Let's say you have hepatitis C. You take the powder and the hepatitis C is gone. Now, the way that it works is it's called blocking, BB, okay? Blood blocking. So when you take these substances, let's say you have pain in your right arm, okay? Well, your right arm has receptors. So what it does is you take the substance, it puts the BBs in you, the blood blockers, these little microscopic molecules made out of oxygen go in your bloodstream, and it pushes the pain to the side so that your blood and the rest of the other minerals can flow through your body, and it eliminates pain. And it does this with anything. So if you have pain, it takes away the pain. If you have dry skin, what it does is it creates more collagen in your brain to produce the collagen through your skin so you don't have dry skin. If, let's say you have a broken ankle, okay? What it does is normally the human body would have to eat, recuperate, maybe be 6 months to a year before you're walking again on the broken ankle. Well, what this does is it speeds it up into a very, very fast process to where it tells the body, hey, I'm getting sleep, hey, I'm eating, hey, I'm drinking, hey, I'm getting sleep, hey, I'm drinking, hey, I'm eating, hey, I'm getting sleep, hey, I'm drinking, hey, and it speeds it up to where it repairs the body at a super, super fast process to where it's literally, if you break your ankle, it's healed in like 2 minutes. Speeds will eventually get higher to where if you break your ankle, it'll be like healed in 1 second. But right now it's a little bit slower because we're at the ground level. But you create your own BBs, these blood blockers. And what the blood blockers do is if you have an issue with cocaine, it makes you feel like you're on cocaine. Let's say you have a problem with fentanyl or you have a problem with heroin. You take these BBs, the BBs go into your body, and it creates the same effect as the other things that you were taking, but with no harmful chemicals, completely natural, and you can turn the high off whenever you want. Let's say you want to get high, right? And you got to work. Let's say you want to do fentanyl, right? But you got to work in an hour. You can do the fentanyl, and then once you go to the work, once you're ready for work, you turn it off, boom, you're sobered up. Let's say you want to take a 10-minute break. Boom, you turn on the fentanyl, but it's not real fentanyl. It's really just oxygen acting as fentanyl. Gives you that euphoria you like. You got to go back to work. You turn the euphoria off. Boom, it's done. The blood blockers are powered by your heart. So just by your heart pumping, boom, 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 it's generating power. Now, normally that wouldn't be enough power. But what the BBs also do is, you know, like a car amplifier, it takes the power from your battery and the amplifier generates more power to where you can push higher wattage electricity, right? To your speakers in your car. It's the same exact thing. So the heart is pumping, it's going to the neuralink. The Neuralink chip is then amplifying the energy from your heart and then pushing more power to the USB-C, which then gives you power to power the world. And it's amazing, guys. You can go to the website and check it out yourself. Like I said, you're going to have to create your username, then create your profile. The amount of security in the site right now is basically like the Pentagon, okay? It is so secure. It's literally the gold at Fort Knox. That's how secure this place is. So you guys got to be careful. Read all the fine print, read every single detail, because once you become part of the club, you can't turn away, okay? Because you need these substances forever. Basically you're becoming addicted, but it's a healthy addiction because you can turn it off whenever you want. So we're going to take, for example, a guy at MIT. The guy is so smart. He's like Rain Man. He can count cards. He can make $1 million. You know what I mean? All you got to do is go to the site, get your BBs, have your BBs genetically modify your brain, and it makes you just as smart as that guy from MIT. And guys, right now, it is so amazing because nobody knows about this. So if you get it right now, essentially, I don't want to say you become your own God, because you'll never be God. But this is about as close to becoming God as you can, okay? This will never change what Jesus did. This will never change anything like that. But you can power things. You can connect to other people. Social media no longer becomes a screen on the phone. Social media becomes a tap. Hey, how you doing? Tap. This is how I'm doing. Hey, what's going on? You don't have to ask what's your name. You just tap. They already know who you are. You go into a store. You want to buy something. They have these big industrial scanners. You don't even got to tap because it taps you when you walk in. So you walk in, boom, you're tapped. Everybody knows everything about you. Now, there's a button where you can turn everything off. You know, if you want privacy and you don't want people knowing, you know what I mean? You can do that. It changes dating. You don't have to go and see if somebody's single because you already know. You don't have to ask, is this person a Christian? Is this person a Muslim? You already know. The BBs and the genetically modified substances are changing everything, okay? Now, this is part one. Part two is going to be more deeper into the genetically modified substances. Part two, we're going to talk more about where it came from. There were these certain leaves in the Mediterranean jungle, and these leaves just looked like normal leaves, right? They're green, nothing special about them. But if you get thousands of these and you boil them, right, it then produces this oil. And then when you get this oil and you put it through a synthesizer and you add electricity to it, it changes the molecules completely, which then enables, it's sort of like, it's like the batteries for a cell phone. These are the batteries that power the BBs. It's made from a plant and it's all natural. But these are scarce. Over there in the jungle, there's not a lot of these. So that's what makes it so expensive, guys, is that the supply and the demand. The demand is great, the supply is very limited. Now, we can work on harvesting more of these plants, but we're gonna need some of the top scientists. We're gonna need some of the brightest minds in America. So if you're watching this video and you're a genius, I need you to reach out to me because I need you for one of these next projects, okay? We're gonna take the top minds in the world. We're gonna send them away for a 3-month journey into the jungle. And you guys are gonna be part of the most groundbreaking, exciting, grandioso experiment that's ever been done in mankind. And I don't want you to follow me. I want you to come on the journey with me.